Imagine this. You're living peacefully in your cabin, away from the world's chaos, when suddenly, the doorbell rings. You open it, only to find cops standing there, demanding access to your property. Sounds like a nightmare, right? Well, for us, it became a reality. We had just settled into our remote cabin, seeking some well-needed peace. But little did we know, the local HOA had other plans. They didn't like the idea of someone going off the grid, free from their control. They wanted us out, and they would stop at nothing to make it happen. It all started when a pair of uniformed individuals showed up at our door. They claimed to be officers sent by the HOA to inspect the property, which seemed odd because I hadn't received any prior notice. They flashed their badges, but something didn't sit right. The cops were too relaxed, too unprofessional. My instincts screamed that something was off. Then came the twist. My wife, an FBI-trained tactical expert, wasn't just any ordinary woman. She knew how to spot a fake when she saw one. She observed their body language, the way they carried themselves, and the lack of any proper identification. One of them made a subtle mistake, letting slip that they had no authority to be on private property. That was when we knew these weren't real officers. Without skipping a beat, my wife took control of the situation. She remained calm but firm, telling them they had no right to be there. She demanded they show their credentials, but the cops were stumped. As her demeanor shifted into FBI mode, it was clear they were in over their heads. She asked them to leave, and they did, without another word. But the story doesn't end there. The HOA had clearly underestimated us. What they didn't know was that my wife wasn't just any ordinary person. She had been trained to handle high-stakes situations. As soon as the fake cops retreated, we made our next move, documenting everything. We called the real authorities and ensured the HOA knew we weren't the kind of people to mess with. As the days went by, the HOA never showed their faces again. My wife's calm demeanor and tactical knowledge saved the day, proving that sometimes the best defense is knowing how to outsmart the enemy. Our cabin remains our sanctuary, untouched by the HOA's reach. And to this day, we can rest easy knowing that we stood our ground, ready to face anything that comes our way. This experience was a wake-up call. Never underestimate the power of a well-prepared mind and an FBI-trained wife.